Konnichiwa, watashi wa no nami wa za Klassen. Korea Klassen exercise. 1 year ago, I stood in this exact spot and told you guys what my New Year's resolution was for this year. So I've always wanted to learn another language, and that language is Japanese. By 2022, I want to have a basic understanding of the language. The topic of this video is, did I maintain that resolution? Did I see it through all the way to the end? So what did I do? How did I attempt to achieve this goal? So the first thing I did was find a free language app on my phone, which was Duolingo. I used that for a long time. I was actually really consistent into this phone. I was going into it every single day because it gives you kind of like a daily reward thing. There's a lot of really awesome basic lessons in there. No, I'm not sponsored. This isn't a promotion. I'm just saying I had a pretty good experience using Duolingo. A lot of really good basic lessons in there that get you to know the language inside and out. So I really enjoyed that. It really helped me understand the alphabets, because the Japanese language, from my understanding, has like 3 different alphabets. And I had memorized like 2 of them. Okay, I knew them. I saw the symbols. I could sound them out. I could technically speak Japanese phonetically. I would have no idea what I was saying, but I had an understanding as to what the alphabet looked like and how it sounded together and stuff like that. Duolingo also had this feature where you competed with other people based on your score and how active you were every day. And you could move up in ranks, right? In tiers. It was like a whole league. And of course, I'm kind of a competitive person, so I really got into that. And that really helped motivate me every single day. It's like, man, I'm gonna fall out of Diamond League if I don't get my ass into Duolingo today. So that's what I did. I was on it every single day. I must have been so annoying to live with, just trying to sound out all these syllables and sounds and trying to string together these sentences. But it was really working for me for a time, right? Obviously, that honeymoon period of the new resolution fades, right? It goes away eventually. So my daily activity started to go to a few days a week to a couple days a week to none at all. Then I would take 2 or 3 weeks off, and then I would get right back into it. I could go super hard, and then I would fade even faster that time. And I try to keep getting back into it until I just kind of lost interest in Duolingo. That's just it. I just lost interest. It wasn't a bad app. It didn't stop working. I just straight up kind of got bored of doing it. So this is like a third into the year now at this point, okay, where I've fallen off with this app. I've lost interest in it. So then I take a break. I take a break for like 2 months, okay? Pretty long break. So then I thought, okay, instead of trying to learn the whole language and all these random words and these, just whatever Duolingo was telling me to do, I was doing without thinking for myself. So then I decided, okay, Duolingo's not working for me anymore. If I want to keep this resolution thing going, I gotta find a new approach. So instead, I decided to write down all the things that I think I need to know, right? I started practicing the symbols and the writing. I write down all these pages on loose leaf, and that was really good for a time until I had all these loose leaves with all these different symbols and writing, and it just took a really long time to make it out. Like, I was trying to make things that I could like turn into posters, and then I could kind of casually walk by and look at it and study it on the go, try and work it into my lifestyle a little bit. But it just got kind of disorganized. It took too long to do, and I quickly lost interest in that as well. So my third approach to learning this language was to just learn the phrases that I would think that I'm going to need if I were to go to Japan. So just things like, hello, my name is blank, which is what I did in the intro. Just asking casual things. Where's the bathroom? What time is it? How long does it take to get here? Just these phrases. So I was just writing it down and focusing on those. And that was going really well for me. But then I started to kind of lose interest in that again because there was just so many phrases. When you're trying to teach yourself something, it requires a lot of self-discipline. If you're learning a language in a class and you have a teacher, the teacher will keep you on course. The teacher will hold you accountable, right? When it's just me holding myself accountable, it's a lot easier for me to go easy on myself and be like, yeah, it's too much. Let's take a break. So I was fairly consistent throughout the year, but I was spotty in all these different attempts. I kept trying to get myself back on track with different approaches. So then I just kept thinking like, man, I keep attempting this language from all these new approaches. I think that I need to simplify. I think I need to dumb this down. And that is when I started my final approach, and that was the notebook. In this notebook, I would write out all those things that I thought were important. I used all those loose leaves that I had done before, so that time wasn't totally wasted. I put all that stuff in here into categories. Very easy for me to grab and open this up. Also, I was writing things like the alphabet, the number system. Let me see if I still know this. Ichi, ni, san, yon, go, roku, nana, hachi, kyu, Ju, Ray, 0. Okay, so I can do the basic 1 through 10 number system. I kind of forgot what happens after that. But here, I'll just show you guys. So that's the number system there. I would have the symbols, the English language, my numbers, my language. There is one of the alphabets there. And on this side, I have a bunch of phrases and stuff like that. So what I would do is I would pick one of these things. I had these little boxes here beside the word, and I would check that word off once I knew it. So I would challenge myself to like one word a day, and I didn't move on until I got that word. If it took me 2 or 3 days until I knew that word, that's what I would do. So I would go through this list and just bang off words one at a time. And every day, you know, as long as I was challenging myself to one word a day, I can easily maintain that. And it kept me focused. Like I was walking down the hall at work, I was thinking about that word, I was repeating that word over and over. And now it's solid. Now it's in there. Now I like put my hand on half the page and I just go down and I just keep reciting all the words that I know. And now this is a good method for me to learn this language. Just important phrases, important words, grammar, stuff like that, at my own speed every single day, without having to use an app, without having to use this or that. This is a system that I made and it's working for me. And it's fine because I got all the time in the world. I don't got a plane ticket booked to Japan. But that being said, I did fall off for a few months of this year. I was fairly consistent throughout the year, but there were like 1 or 2 month gaps in there, you know, where I completely fell off. I got bored, or I just straight up forgot about it, right? So what could I have done to been more consistent? How could I have been further along in this language? Because of all those times off, like the alphabet's kind of spotty, you know, some of the words and stuff, they come and go in my mind. I wasn't consistent enough to maintain all that knowledge that I got. Like those first 3 months when I was in the app and I was going hard, I learned so much stuff, but I wasn't able to retain it. So what would have been a good method for me to maintain consistency throughout the year? Well, it's the same for this as it is for everything else. You need a big goal, you need, you know, some smaller but still large goals, and then like mini goals every single day. So every single day I should have had a time of the day where I went and did one Duolingo lesson or something like that. In the afternoon, I would challenge myself to one phrase, right? And then I just do that every single day. And then maybe 3 months into the year, I would want to know this whole category, or I would want to know how to say these sentences or something like that. I would need to have these goals, right? That's what I should have done in hindsight. Also, it would have helped me if I had had a major goal, like something that lit a fire under me and forced me to keep working at this. And that would have been like an actual trip to Japan, right? If I knew I was going to Japan in 1 year, I bet I would be working a lot harder at learning this language, right? It would be a major motivator for me, and that's something that I didn't have. I didn't have a major motivator. So if you're trying to complete a New Year's resolution, it's maybe because you didn't have your year broken down into these goals, right? You didn't have a major motivator. So that's something, looking back, I think would have helped me maintain this resolution. I'm gonna say that I did maintain my resolution. I kept my resolution because I was still working at this in December, okay? I was a little bit spotty, I fell off here and there. But the important thing is that even though I kept taking breaks and falling off, I kept getting back up and I kept going back at it. I didn't let the challenge defeat me. So there you have it. I'm pretty happy with myself. I know I could have done better if I had had a better system. I would have had more consistency. But yeah, I just wanted to share that experience with you guys, and hopefully you took something out of that. Am I going to continue working at this Japanese language? Yeah, probably, but I'm just going to do it casually like I have been doing. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. I think the day that I do actually buy a plane ticket to Japan, you know, after COVID, and once I'm like in a place where I'm ready to take on a massive trip like that, I think at that point I will be a little more serious and have a little more of a structured system. So for now, I'm really happy with this past year and what I did. I learned a lot about myself. And self-teaching yourself a language is not easy. So it was kind of a fun experiment for me. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you did like it, if you want to help me in the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. And if you want to support me on my journey as a creator, consider hitting the join button and joining the channel and becoming a member for member exclusive content. And lastly, I have to do it. I would be a bad personal trainer if I didn't. It's January, right? We're talking New Year's resolutions. If you want to work with me personally as your personal trainer, helping you accomplish your health and fitness goals, I'm here, man. Just DM me on Instagram. I respond to all my DMs. So if you're not sure, you want to feel it out, maybe see if my program is the right fit for you, just message me. We can just talk about it casually. There doesn't have to be dollar signs involved at all. Let's just have a conversation. That's it. Okay guys, Thanks for watching. Klassen out.